Hello, welcome back. And as always, thank you very much for tuning in and for joining me. I recognize that in today's day and age, with all of the stuff that we have in our lives, our job, families, family obligations, work, our relationships, and more work, and checking email, and then there's the housework and all kinds of stuff. It matters what you're doing right now. It does. It matters in that you've carved out some time, or if you're just watching this and you're somehow pulled into it, wondering who this dude is talking to you, nobody, just a pixelated image on your screen. That's the answer. Who's really talking to you? I think you know. It's our inner teacher, the Holy Spirit, talking to you. He is the one that's responsible for you clicking this video in the first place, and he is most certainly the one responsible for your being here looking at YouTube, interested in something about spirituality, which is a lot of content. So here you are. We're talking about A Course in Miracles specifically. Whether you're a course student or not, there's a reason that you're here. And the fact that you've taken this time out is of great importance because we all have other things going on in life. So the time that we carve out to pay attention to the message of our inner teacher is of utmost importance. And does the world not need that? Exactly. So I thank you very much for being here today. In this video, we're going to start on chapter 30 of the text of A Course in Miracles. So over the past, gosh, I guess 2 years plus, we've been going through the text of A Course in Miracles right here on this series of videos, just a few paragraphs at a time, and today's no different than that. We just happen to be starting chapter 30. There are 31 chapters. So this is the penultimate chapter. It's entitled The New Beginning. And Jesus really wants us to get, he does, he wants us to get that this is a course in mind training. It is not a New Age retreat. Nothing wrong with that. They're often held in beautiful locations, such as Mykonos, just saying, or Costa Rica, or Sedona, Arizona, or someplace beautiful, Bali, I don't know, someplace that it would be fun to go to, wouldn't it? I mean, sure. This is not that. It's nothing against any other spiritual tradition. In fact, this course teaches us that there is no hierarchy at all. This course does not claim to be superior to any other spiritual tradition or religious tradition. It's not superior. It's not inferior. There are no differences at all. There's no superiority and inferiority. This course teaches us that if we're willing to listen. So thank you for listening. It's this little willingness, and Jesus talks about this in the introduction to chapter 30 of the text. It's this little willingness to allow ourselves to be led, to practice every step in this process of undoing the illusion of separation. It may not sound like an awful lot just to hear it talked about here or in a workshop or any other video, but it turns out to be massive because we've so invested in this illusion that we think it's reality when it's not. So it requires of us this little willingness to practice every step, to do this work until it forms a habit, until forgiveness becomes a habit, not just some intellectual exercise that we talk about in a Course in Miracles study group or on a video or something like that, but a habit that you can reach for with ease, with habitual ease and grace and real efficacy. Easily pull it out and use it again and again and again and again. It's this willingness to make it a habit that we should be bringing and cultivating. If you don't have it right now, well, that's not a problem. We've all been there for sure. That's part of the path. It's the resistance that we all experience. And it is shocking, the resistance that we experience to truth, isn't it? And we come up with all kinds of excuses. We rationalize. We attempt to justify our egregious behavior. We attempt to justify our own vicious, murderous attack thoughts, don't we? Saying, yeah, I'm not ready for that, or yeah, that's not really convenient. I'm not going to look at this page of the text. I'm just going to skip to the next one and do that one and leave this one because I'm uncomfortable with it and I don't wish to do it. Well, honesty is always good, but we don't bring that to the table all the time, do we? We're not honest with ourselves, and we are most certainly encouraged to be. So it's this little willingness. So, chapter 30 here of the text starts off here in the first section talking about rules for decision. And Jesus puts it this way in having the kind of day that we want, which does not mean necessarily that people are going to heap wads of cash upon us. We're going to open up our bank account app and discover millions of dollars or euros in it, or if we're really being honest, pounds sterling. That'd be cool. Huh. Yeah. No, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is having peace, peace of mind, how we can bring about a day in which we remember more often than we did the day before to forgive. We don't get as carried away in the drama manufactured in our lives that pulls us away from forgiveness and instead finds us doing our habitual, usual of blame and condemning people, condemning groups of people, right? Blaming other people for our plight, for what appears to be our lot in life, blaming what appear to be other people. Right? So, right here in paragraph one, this is chapter 30, section one, paragraph one of the text. We talked about resistance a moment ago, and here Jesus very lovingly, calmly reassures us that, you know what, if your resistance is really strong and it's causing you an insane amount of discomfort, don't push yourself. Don't fight yourself. That's why when we talk about forgiveness, if you can't forgive a brutal political figure, or a historical dictator, or your ex, or your boss, or someone who may have wronged you, right? Or harmed you in this life. And if you're not ready to go there, forgive what you can, right? Don't push yourself too much, or you'll push this curriculum away, and it will be just another thing that you tried in the spiritual marketplace. It'll be just another item in the spiritual buffet line. And, well, there's no need to continue to do that. So be aware, right? And be kind to yourself. If you're experiencing this extraordinary resistance, don't push yourself. Forgive what you're capable of doing, or ask Jesus for help. Ask the Holy Spirit, your inner teacher, our inner teacher, one inner teacher, for help. Yeah? The premise of having the kind of day, peaceful, loving, forgiving day that we all deep down want because we want the same thing, the peace of God. There is nothing else. There's nothing else to really want. So, yeah, that's why we're on the spiritual path, it's because we want this peace. So, how do we go about doing it? Well, the Course says this in many different places and in several different ways that we should resign as our own teacher. We're not doing a good job going about life on our own, even though our societies may glorify and adore this so-called rugged individualist. Well, let's dispense with that notion. There is no individuality. You could continue to dedicate yourself entirely to an illusion or not. The choice is yours. We are encouraged to step aside, to resign as our own teacher, and to make no decisions by ourselves. So we're invited here, and as this particular section of the text talks about, first thing in the morning, right away. I don't know what your morning ritual looks like, but it's very beneficial to reinforce, to state that today I will make no decisions by myself. What does that mean? Well, it means I'm going to let the Holy Spirit guide me. Just that. Just that. I'm going to allow the Holy Spirit to guide me. I'm not going to try to figure it all out on my own because that has blown up in my face time and again, and it will certainly do the same because it doesn't work and I'm confused. So I resign as my own teacher. Today I will make no decisions by myself. So, in other words, we're asking what to do right at the outset of the day. The way we do it right now is backwards because we make a decision. We decide something that we want, something usually that we want to acquire or possess something, whether it's a physical or tangible object or something intangible like social status and prestige, right? Something like that. And what we do is we make a decision and then we ask for help deciding what to do. May seem a little backwards, and in truth, it is a little bit backwards because we make up our mind and then we decide to ask what to do. The backwards part is we've already made our mind up, then we ask what to do. And what we're told may very well contradict what our original want was, what our original intention or desire was. If we ask what to do first, there's no contradiction because we have not interposed our own decision, our own desires, our own wish on there. So this is an explanation that may or may not make a whole lot of sense. So let's just break this down a little bit for the purposes of our own learning. We're invited to make no decisions by ourselves. We're invited to simply step aside and allow the Holy Spirit to decide for us. We do not of ourselves know the way. We wouldn't have to ask for help. This conversation wouldn't be necessary at all, would it? But because we're not accustomed to allowing the Holy Spirit to decide for us, we need this kind of reinforcement. Because if we try to do it all ourselves, we're going to make one mistake after another and end up just as bound by our suffering and angst and grief and disillusion as we were when we woke up in the morning. And that's no fun, is it? So we make a decision about what we want, and then and only then do we ask what we should do. The response we get could seem to contradict what we originally wanted, which causes fear. It may cause some aggravation and annoyance. It may cause you to feel completely incompetent, perhaps. Perhaps you can relate to that, to a really pervasive sense of ineptitude when what we wanted blows up in our face. So we're invited to not interpose our own desires, wishes, and wants, but to ask the Holy Spirit first what to do. Today, I will make no decisions by myself. And we proceed from there with the rest of chapter 30, section 1, which is entitled The Rules for Decision. And it's very, very interesting and important because in this section, we're shown the way we should go about every day, all of our lives. And if it sounds scary to allow the Holy Spirit, a non-human, because it's not a guy, right? Nor a woman, nor a trans dude or whatever, right? The Holy Spirit's not a human being, you know? It may seem weird to ask for help, right? It may also seem weird to turn over your entire experience and all of the decision making to what appears to be something else. Here's the deal. The Holy Spirit is part of you. The Holy Spirit is known by many names, even here in A Course in Miracles, which pretty much means call it whatever you wish to call it. It's part of you. It's part of me. It's part of your worst political enemy. It's part of our mind. The Holy Spirit is not outside you. It's part of you. So ask it for help. Ask it for guidance. You're not appealing to a foreign power. You're not giving away your power, even though the ego wants to tell you very loudly that you are not. Rather, you're accessing it. So I invite you to access your power. You know you have it. I invite you to access it. We're all invited to access our power. This is a very frequent thing that we tell ourselves that I don't want to give my power away. You're not giving it away. I mean, what we do when we allow ourselves to run amok and let the ego dictate everything, that's when we're really giving our power away because we're playing it extraordinarily small. That's playing it small. Accessing our true power is in stepping aside, resigning as our own teacher, asking the Holy Spirit what to do. Today, I will make no decisions by myself. So, where we're going from here is we're going to continue on chapter 30, section 1 of the text of A Course in Miracles. And we're breaking this down a few paragraphs at a time, as we've done throughout this process for a number of reasons. Number one, this course is packed with meaning. It's designed that way. Every sentence, in fact, contains the entirety of the thought system, so it is possible to spend a lot of time going over it. A few paragraphs at a time will work, particularly with this section, because in it Jesus breaks down for us the rules for decision, a very, very handy and a very effective approach to doing life, as we say here in the world, to going about each day, allowing the Holy Spirit, our inner teacher, to be in control, to guide us. That's a very profound way to set aside the ego, which wants us to guide ourselves. But, it says, yeah, have follow me. I know the way. No, no, wait a minute. I don't know the way. Miserable? Good. Right? That's the ego talking. But to the extent that you're sick of that, you're invited to pay attention to this message. Now, should you have any questions, please always feel welcome to leave them here. This is as good a place as any for question and answer, so please feel welcome to type out a comment and yeah, let me know what is coming up for you. And if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do that too. Prompt is over here in the corner of your screen. Click that icon, join us, and I will see you again soon. Thank you.